Hi, Laurie. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to share your story and experience with Apsona, especially how it supported your fundraising operations at Connecticut College.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let's start at the beginning. What was your role at Connecticut College?
So initially, my role at Con was in report writing and data analysis, but then just prior to our conversion to Salesforce, I was promoted to Director of Advancement Services, which also ultimately included becoming the Salesforce administrator.
Great. What made your organization realize it was time to move on from your legacy system and adopt a tool like Salesforce?
Ooh, the legacy system was comically old. It required a lot of manual effort. Prospect tracking was non-existent, and reporting was really difficult. Advancement was really constrained by the inflexibility of the system, and we were about to launch a capital campaign, and we just knew that we would need a better CRM to support our goals.
When Salesforce was first introduced, was Apsona part of the plan from the beginning?
I think so. It was suggested by our implementation partner, though I'm sure we didn't have a clue why we needed it initially. You're just going through so many changes. You're learning a whole new system and all new processes for everything. I don't think we were paying much attention, but I recalled, I think we needed it for reporting. I think that was the primary driver initially.
So what was your first impression of Apsona?
Honestly, I at first thought the look and feel was a little like simple or dated, but I loved what it could do. I mean, multi-step reports had me hooked immediately.
Awesome. At what point did you realize that Apsona was essential, not just helpful in your daily workflow?
I don't think it took very long. Like I said, reporting was a game changer, but then I discovered all the ways that Apsona can help manage data too. And I remember thinking, man, I wish I knew about this functionality when we were going through data validation as during the conversion. But after the conversion, we had so much data to clean up. I just couldn't have done it without Apsona.
Awesome. How would you describe Apsona's role in extending the power of Salesforce, especially for your fundraising operations?
Apsona is such a great complement to Salesforce. The flexibility of Salesforce meant we were able to design functions and processes exactly as we wanted. But Apsona kind of kicked that up a notch. Everything from like gift entry and reconciliation to annual fund metrics to prospect management, alumni engagement. For us, it mostly came down to the ease of getting data into Salesforce and getting data out of Salesforce.
Can you share a specific example of a process that Apsona streamlined or made more manageable?
Ooh, yeah. The first thing I think of is our donor or prospect profiles. So, gift officers or advancement executives want a printed profile before events or visits. Before Apsona, this was a process that would take researchers or admins days to compile. But with Apsona, we were easily able to pull all the information needed together: bio demo data, employment history, giving history, affiliations, wealth ratings, event attendance, research paragraphs, all of that at the click of a button.
Who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
So how well was Apsona adopted by your team and colleagues?
It's funny when everyone is so new to the system and Apsona is so integrated. I don't think most users even realize that when they click a button, that's Apsona, or click a link to a report, that's an Apsona report. Besides the data team who set everything up, a few users could even differentiate between Salesforce and Apsona functionality. Though I think as everyone got more comfortable, a lot of users would start asking, like, hey, can I edit that report? Where do I find that report? They wanted more access to Apsona.
What value did Apsona provide to your organization as a whole beyond just your role?
I'd have to say better visibility to our data, both in just like day-to-day operations and reporting, but also big picture metrics. being able to like slice and dice the data or segment more easily just raised the bar for everything we did. More fundraising, better event management, better communications, like everything was affected.
How does Salesforce's flexibility allow you to work well with tools like Apsona and other ISVs?
Well, that's the thing with Salesforce, right? It's so customizable. You can make it do just about anything you want. And like I said before, Apsona fits so seamlessly into that ecosystem. Salesforce gives us the ability to add an Apsona view or report to a record page, or a link to a report, or launch document merges from a button on a Salesforce page. They just blend together. Apsona just complements and enhances Salesforce functionality so well.
If someone from another advancement or fundraising team asks you about Apsona, what would you tell them?
I would say I wouldn't Salesforce without it. I mean, seriously, I would not. I don't know of any other tool that can do all that Apsona can so easily.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laurie. Your insight into how Apsona supports fundraising workflows in Salesforce is really invaluable, and I appreciate you sharing your story with me.
Thanks, Aaliyah.